All right, welcome Gnomes team parents and students. It's Mr. H with a Friday afternoon social studies update. So a couple of interesting things that we've been doing the last couple of days and a few things we're going to try to catch up with next week. So first of all, I was absent yesterday. I wasn't very far away. I was down in the media center for a training. And whilst I was down there, we did the 5 themes of geography quiz. Things went really pretty well for the vast majority of students on the 5 themes of geography quiz. A few students that might have to do a little bit of retouch up on those at Spartan time. And so if you have a student like that, just remind them to come in Spartan time next week and we can catch those things up, make them a little bit cleaner. On the subject of grades, I have put some grades into PowerSchools. So if you know how to log into PowerSchools at home, you should start to see some grades in social studies at this point. Don't get too bent out of shape if the grades are a little low. There's only 3 grades in there right now, and only 2 of them, the 2 quizzes, actually count. If it's blue, that usually means it's practice, and we don't usually kind of put those into the final averages. Just the quizzes and the bigger assignments get averaged in. So we're just still only 2 really assigned grades that we have thus far. So there's time to catch up, and there's time to do things better. So what have we been doing since the quiz? Well, I'll show you. We talked a little bit today, and the kids read a little bit yesterday after the quiz, about Ötzi the Iceman, which we talked a little bit about here. Saw some very interesting pictures. So ask your students about that. He kind of looks like Beef Jerky Man. He is quite an interesting, I want to say invention, but quite an interesting find, as that he was frozen in the ice for 5,000 years, and with him are all his artifacts and all of the things that he had with him. So what did a 5,000-year-old man wear? What did he have with him? What did he need to survive? All of those really important things. We're going to take our information that we've learned about these early people into next week. And so next week what we will be working on is focusing a little bit on the migration across. Ötzi was found in the Alps, so we were talking a little bit about migration into Europe. We're going to do a little bit of migration then next week into the New World. So we're going to take a look at this kind of assignment here where we're doing some maps with the kind of arrows and how people got and where they went. And can you see? There it is. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Kennewick Man. And Kennewick Man was one of the guys found out in Washington State, and also very early skeleton, and more about early people. And then probably Tuesday to Wednesday of next week, we are going to do a survival challenge where we are going to be going outside. We'll need to be wearing appropriate shoes, so I'll let people know a little bit more about that next week as it gets closer. It won't be Monday, it'll be on Tuesday. We're going to do an Ancient America's Survival Boot Camp where students will be put into tribes of 2 or 3 students. They will be having to collect water to survive. They'll be needing to create a shelter to survive. And of course, they will be needing to collect food to survive. And we'll find out if their tribe can in fact survive, or if they will starve to death, dehydrate, or freeze to death. It could be quite an interesting challenge for some of them. So we'll do that probably mid to next week. And then, of course, we will continue on with our conversation of the early Americas. And so we were going to talk about the Maya in Central America. We're going to talk about the Aztecs, also in Central America. And, of course, we will talk about the Inca that lived further in the south along the Andes Mountains. So that's where we're going in the next week. You might have also noticed, as your students came home, as it is now almost 3:40, that our t-shirts did come in. So this is kind of what our t-shirt looks like, Fear the Beard. It's a little bit of an interesting Gnomes team t-shirt this year. So that should have come out. If your student was in school today, they have it, and some of them are wearing them. So if you have any questions about things that are going on, grades, those types of things, please send me an email and let me know what's going on, and I can try to get back to you as soon as I can about that. And if not, have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.